Hi everyone, welcome to today's live. We are going to be diving into something most social media managers they are not finding it funny about. It's not just about getting clients for them now. The problem now is how to keep the clients, because getting clients isn't the real challenge for most social media managers right now. Is retaining them and managing them without burnout is a real challenge for a lot of social media managers. That is where managing them is where the growth happens, because if you are able to retain clients, that is when you are able to retain them and repeat your processes and your systems, right? So today we are going to be talking about client retention and systems blueprint. Hello guys, welcome and welcome and welcome. Just a minute. So let's dive in, guys. How to manage multiple clients as a social media manager without burnout and keep them longer than 60 days. How to build the structure, show results, and retain clients. Now, most social media managers are stuck at the cycle of constantly trying to replace clients every 30 to 60 days. And now it is not, they don't do this by they are not doing this because they want to do this, but it is just where they are stuck out. Stuck at. Now, today we are going to be I'm going to be showing you how to break the cycle using systems, not just stress. The promise of today's training is very simple. You walk away with you walk away knowing exactly how to retain clients and also how to manage multiple accounts without running running mad, like without being insane or running without chaos. In short, right? So let's dive in. Now, why this training matters. Why this training matters. Now, this training matters to you if you're a social media manager, because you are to get clients for you isn't a problem. The problem you have is after getting clients, your client don't stay as much as you want. They don't stay as long as you intend them to stay. um you are not able to keep your client for at least 60 days or probably 90 days. They just drop you and move on to somebody else. Most social media managers burn out because they manage multiple clients manually, not strategically. Now, promise of today's training, you learn how to manage multiple clients without chaos and how to retain them using systems, reporting, and communication. Okay, just a minute, guys. Okay, so the core problems. Most social media managers lose clients because they have no clear, like, they don't have a clear expectation set at onboarding, right? Okay, so um just a minute. They don't have a clear expectation at onboarding, no system for content approvals and communication, no monthly reporting showing progress. They act like content creators, not strategists. That's insane. Like, why, as okay, let me take it one by one. Um, Clients rarely fire you because of bad content. They fire you because of lack of clarity. If a client finds it so hard to work with you, they find it really, 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 it doesn't feel like you're solving their problem. It feels like you're adding to their problem. Then they will, or even while working with you, they can just take their time to work with you, and then they will fire you because they know that they are just struggling to work with you. You are not bringing any solutions to their problems. They fire you because of lack of clarity. Now, most social media managers lose clients um, because expectations were not set, and then there's no communication structure, there's no reporting to show results. So clients think that nothing is happening. They just know that you are posting. There's no way, there's no how to track the result of the posting that you are doing. Now imagine you hire somebody and the person is working for you, and then you don't even know how to track the progress of what you hired that person for, or you are not even seeing any progress. All you are seeing is probably them just doing the barest minimum, which is just posting and staying consistent. Well, as a social media manager, I know that it's hard to stay consistent, but what I mean is that when all they see is that you're just posting, they will feel that they can do your work because it seems easy. You are not even, we are not showing results by having a report system, like having a monthly report that you show to your client, or probably a monthly analytics call, strategy call, that you tell them in plain words on how to reach the analytics that you have sent to them, or how to interpret the analytics that you have sent to them. Just send probably a PDF file to them that they can't relate with. Then there's a problem. Right. So most of the time when this happens, clients believe that nothing is happening. They just feel that every month we are just posting and then there's no progress. So you have to, that is like part of the problem. You have to be intentional. So let's move on. Just a moment, guys. I just realized that I forgot to send a reminder to my groups. So I'm trying to do that now. So just a minute. Okay, let's move on. So what clients want. Now you can just wonder that as a social media manager, what does your client actually want? What is it that they want from you? Clients want three things, and they are clarity, communication, and proof of progress. If you have a client that you're working with and your client cannot see the work, not assume it, they cannot see the work that you're doing. Pretty content gets you the like, but reporting, when you are able to transcript, I mean, when you are able to translate what the likes turns to, what the comments, the engagement they get on their post, what it turns to, if you are not able to interpret it consistently to your clients, that means you are not being clear and there's no clarity. There's no trust because they are not able to conveniently say, okay, this is what this person is doing, because it just seems like you're posting, right? So my point is that let them see the work. Don't assume that they know. For everything that you do, no matter how easy that what you have done sounds, no matter how easy for you to be able to do those things, if you think that those things are just so trivial, you are able to do it in a twinkle of an eye. They are easy for you to do, but they are not easy for your clients to do, and that is why your clients hired you, right? So my point is that no matter how simple those tasks are, no matter how simple they are to you, it is not simple to your client. That is why you have to take it important and put it down so that it shows in your report, every month's report, right? So your clients need clarity, they need consistency, and they need proof. Your clarity also includes clear communication. Be able to communicate to your client. If you're going to be delivering a work later than normal, share it with your client. Do not just assume that, oh, I'll send it to her tomorrow. She should know that she should be ready tomorrow. No, like write it in plain word. I'm going to be sending it to you tomorrow. Now, if you send it to a client that I'm going to be sending you this task tomorrow, and the client is still sending you DMs or sending you emails, you just know that this client is troublesome, right? Because you've already been transparent. And transparency fosters trust and helps it helps your clients feel involved in the process, ensuring that they are always informed because you are always clear, and then you are consistent. Regular updates and consistent communication, you reassures your client that their project is on track. And also the engagement minimizes uncertainty and it strengthens the client manager relationships over time. Now, proof. Providing providing reports and tangible results helps clients see the value of your work. Now, this evidence not only builds trust, but also reinforces the effectiveness of the strategies and efforts. It is important for you to show proof. Don't say that you are tired and you are, or probably you're just not interested. You don't want to create what is it called? Analytics report for your client. It's not done. Your client is going, even when your client doesn't ask for it, offer them, send it to them in their email, tell them that they can join a call with you to get it explained to them in details and then in language that they can understand very well. Right, let's move on. Now, retention begins on day one. See, that's what I tell my students. Like, if you are a social media manager and then you have a new client, your client is able to know if they are going to be working with you the very first day, or for long or short, the very first day or the very first week. Because retention doesn't just start when something goes wrong. Retention starts on the very first day they start to work with you. The moment you onboard them, they know whether they want to retain you or not, or they will get somebody else. If your onboarding is messy, they assume everything else will be messy. If onboarding is professional, they trust you. They are able to not micromanage you. And another thing is that strategy matters. Right. Your strategy matters. Starting content creation without a clear plan can lead to confusion and client dissatisfaction. You need to have a plan. You need to like have a strategy. Even if you are working with a client that you are used to, or you've already worked with before, you still need to have a strategy. Establishing expectations upfront is crucial for a smooth onboarding process. Now, another thing is that effective solution, implementing an onboarding system, strategy, presentation, and content calendar. It ensures that all team members and clients are aligned from the start, fostering trust and clarity. Now, when your onboarding system is smooth, when your clients start to work with you, they know what to expect next because you already told them in their email. Okay, you already filled my onboarding form. You get your content strategy tomorrow or in 48 hours. After getting their content strategy and it has been approved, or you get your content calendar in the next 28 in the next 48 hours. And then after doing that, you're always putting time, and every of your processes have timestamps. It has, you know what you're doing because you have a system, you have structure. You are not just guessing your way throughout your business. And the beauty of having a system is that you are able to repeat it for so long. Like, you are able to rinse and repeat with different types of clients. You don't have to keep doing things from the scratch for each client. It makes your work, like, it cuts your work into like, if you are meant to do like 100%, it cuts it into half. And it gives you peace, because trust me, being a social media manager is much more of your like, you are using your mental capability. And when you are not stable mentally, like when you are always stressed out, your mind is overworked, you're always doing so many things at the same time, you are going to be burnt out. To avoid being burnt out, you have to have a system and structure in place as a social media manager. Now let's move on. Now, just a minute. Okay. So, This is like a weekly workflow schedule for managing multiple clients without burnout. Now, for the first week, you can have like, if you are a social media manager, and then you have, like, let's say you have four clients, and then you want to be able to create content for all of them and plan ahead. If you try to create content for each client every day, like, instead of having a workflow, you burn out. Because if you don't have a workflow, you will be creating content every day, or creating content like for each client every day. Like, you, instead of batch creating content and then having different clients that are from different industries, you batch create content for them, and then you are able to, schedule content, have a day we are writing content, a day you are creating content, a day you are editing videos, a day you are writing captions. It makes your work easier. If you try to do everything at once, you realize that, first of all, you overwork yourself. Then second of all, the content is going to be basic, because you are not thinking outside of the box, because you are doing it just so that you can finish it. You are not doing it from the heart. You are not researching as much as you're meant to research, because you're already tired while doing it, right? Now, this is how to avoid that. What you should do is that you should theme your days. So, example weekly flow that I made here is that, for example, for Monday, you can dedicate Monday to strategy and approvals, ensuring a clear direction for the week. Then for Tuesday, you can create content. You can focus on content creation, bringing ideas to life, and developing engaging materials. Then for Wednesday, you can write captions and scheduling. For Thursday, you can do engagement and community management. For Friday, you can do analytics and reporting updates. And then when you follow this workflow, you have time to create content, you have time to save content ideas, you have time to have inspirations, you have time to rest, you have time to work at your best self, right? And then you stop working in chaos. So let's move on. Now, essential systems for social media managers. Now, another thing I need to make you understand is that burnout doesn't just come from having clients. Burnout comes from you not having systems. So for businesses, there are three systems that you should have. I mean, for social media managers, there are three systems that you should have. Number one is onboarding system. The number two is content planning system. And then number three is reporting system. If you have these three systems in place, then you can never ever be burnt out. Now, systems are what makes you look like a premium social media managers, not just the designs. When you have this system in place, you are more confident. You are more confident to raise your price. You are more you can work with any type of client without feeling intimidated. Even if a celebrity or a client that is an international client comes to you, start to work with you, you have that confidence because you know that you have what it takes. Now, there are some clients that, you can have some client that's probably premium clients, that they're high level type of client, but because you have a system, you have that confidence, right? You will not be thinking that oh my god, is this caption correct? Oh my god, is this video nice? Is this that? You know what to do at, and then when to do it and how to do it, because you already have a template, you already have a system in place. It's just by you rinsing and repeating for each of the clients that you have. It makes your work easier as a social media manager. This is what I tell social media managers. You have all it takes. All you have to do is just make sure that you have the same system that you are using repeatedly. And if you think that your system is weak, try as much as possible to make it stronger. Create a template that you can use repeatedly, and then do that. And if you are stuck or you don't even know how to do that, then you can get my pro social media manager client and content kit. It cuts your workflow into 75%. Like you are able to save 75% of your time if you use that client and content kit. Let's move on. Now, the power of template. I need to let you know the power of templates. Now, templates are like, what should I say? Templates are like toys to kids. Templates are like, I don't even know. Templates are like working out for adults. They are important. If you are a social media manager, you should have templates. Like if you don't have templates, I don't believe that you're a social media manager, because that means you've been doing your work repeatedly, starting up from the scratch for every time you work. And that is insane, because it means that you are overworking yourself. And I don't care how much you are earning, it can never be worth the time and stress you go through. Do you understand? So that is one of the reasons why templates are important. Templates save your sanity. If you are rebuilding the same thing every month for every client, that's not business. That's punishment to you, right? So tools don't make you professional. Is when you have systems, then you know how to use them, right? Now, power of templates enhance efficiency and then professionalism in workflows. If you have decision fatigue, templates significantly reduce decision fatigue by providing ready-made structures, allowing you to focus more on creativity and strategy instead of repetitive tasks. Now, client friction. Utilizing templates can eliminate client friction by establishing clear expectations and standardized processes, leading to smoother interactions and improved trust between you and your client. The another thing is that increased professionalism. Leveraging templates not only increases speed, but also enhances professionalism, presenting your services in a polished manner that reflects your commitment to quality and organization. So if you're a social media manager, trust me, you need templates. You need templates. Don't shy away from either sitting down, creating template by yourself. But if you do not want to do that, buy. If you are making money from your business, then you should be able to invest back into that business. Unless otherwise, that business is not for you, or you're not interested in doing that business. But if you are a social media manager and you want to become, like, you are a social media manager and you want to stay a social media manager for a long time, trust me, based on my experience, you need templates. Anyways, if you are following, just comment yes as I move on. If you're following, just comment yes. Just comment yes. Just comment yes if you're following. Just comment yes if you're following. Okay, so let's move on. Client retention formula. Now, this is the blueprint. Like client retention blueprint. That's what I call it. I'll call it. Retention equals recurring revenue. When you are able to be sure that this client is going to be staying with you for a long time because of your system, because of your professionalism, because of your skills, then you have peace. Because retention is how you stop unstable income, right? If you retain clients, you work less, you earn more, and then you stop hustling for new clients every month. If you are able to retain clients, you work less in such a way that you already know the system that you use for that particular client, and then you can keep repeating it and make it work. You're always having new clients and you have to start over clients. It's so hard. I tell people it's easier to retain clients than looking for new clients every time. So when you have one client, make sure that client experiences the best of you, rather than you just working just because, oh, I already have this client, they already paid, then I can do whatever I want and the client will move on. No, make sure that client gets the best of you, and then you can retain that client, and then you work less and be able to have time to look for more new clients, right? Building lasting client relationship. The key to long-term success lies in understanding that expectations, communication, and consistent reporting are essential for maintaining strong relationships with clients and ensuring their satisfaction. Now, expectations plus communication plus reporting equals long-term clients. I'm telling you, you guys, if you are able to have clarity, your client knows what to expect, you communicate with them, and also your analytics report is one of the most important items that you I mean, one of the most important, yeah, items for you to share with your clients, because it is what is like a proof to them that what they paid for you is working. If you are not able, if you, even if your client doesn't ask for analytics, trust me, if you do not send it to them, there's like a time bomb. There will be a day they're going to ask you, you have been working with me for the past 1 year and there's no change, or I've not been making sales, or I've not been getting people to book my call or whatever, because they just believe that whatever it is that you're doing is not working, because you are not you are not making any emphasis on the result. So the result is as important to you as it is important to the client. So my point is that make sure that your analytics is one of like the most result, I mean the most template that you spend your time in, because when you do it well, you are able to communicate it to your client, even if you don't know how to communicate with the numbers. Maybe you don't have a template and then you just want to communicate your analytics with your client, but you don't even know how to do that. Then bring your client, let them schedule a call with you, explain to them in words. Oh my God, I've been sharing videos, I've been sharing your videos, I've been sharing your content, probably I've been sharing carousels, I've been sharing your single or standalone post, but they are not doing well. But I think if you are able to make a day in your live videos, lifestyle videos, your audience will be able to connect with you better. Now, you're able to tell them this is working, this is not working. We've been having viral posts, but there's no sale. This is what you are meant to do. Do you understand? So it's easy for them to see that you are actually doing the work. Now let's move on. Monthly reporting framework. Now, this is how you retain clients. You need to show them, just as I've said earlier, you show them what improved, what changed, and then what you're doing next. Is one of the most important things to do with working with any type of client, whether you are working remotely, whether you are working as a social media marketer, or whether you're working as a social media manager for a brand, whatever place you find yourself, if you are able to let your clients know that this is what improved, this is what changed, and this is what I'm doing next to make the result better, trust me, your client, there's no way that client is not going to retain you. When your clients see progress, they stop questioning your value. The only reason your clients will stop, we keep questioning your value is when they are not seeing progress. They are paying you every month and then there's no progress, there's no result, and there's no progress whatsoever. They will just look for the next person to pay and it will not be used, trust me. Do you understand? So it is important for you to interpret and make sure that you work on your monthly reporting framework so that you are able to communicate your results with your client consistently. Let's move on. I thought this live is going to be 30 minutes. It's almost 30 minutes and we're not done. Anyways, here's exactly what to say if when you want to renew a client. Now, a lot of people do not know that clients do not automatically renew you. They don't automatically renew your contract with them. Some of them want you to actually earn it, the renew. Trust me, this is based on experience. They want you to earn the renew because at the end of the day, they do not owe you anything. It has to be either your progress, the results, or probably they just, even if a client loves you or they just love your aura, they love your energy, trust me, it's not going to take you long. It's not going to take them long to get their eyes open that this particular social media manager is not doing our work, or there's no progress, or there's no good results. So my point is that use this script. Here's a script you can copy and paste for client renewal communication. Hi client, I just reviewed this month analytics. Your content reached these new people and then generated this leads through inquiries. Based on the growth trend, I recommend continuing with our momentum into the next month. Shall I send your renewal invoice? If you look at that, do you know what that did? That told them like this particular script, it tells the client that okay, this is the result of last month. This is what I have done. This is the progress, and this is what I plan to do next month. You know, you've already put that forward. Now, the next question is, shall I send the renewal invoice? You see that it makes sense. Like a client in their right frame of thought will just be like, oh my God, okay, yeah, this person has done this. This is working. This is working. Okay, yes, you can send it over. Do you understand? So my point is that clients retaining you don't just happen. You have to earn it, and part of the way to earn it is making sure that there's progress, there's results, and then there is clarity, and then you are professional in every step of the way. Let's move on. Um Essential tools for social media managers. Now I'm able to come up with these tools, like the tool that I use. You don't need 1 million tools. You need the right workflow, the ones that work for you. You can just come up with the ones that work for you, or the ones that you've already been using. These are the ones that I use, and then you can use, or you may already have been using them. And what I use, one of the best that I use is Google Drive. Like Google Drive, one of my best tools because it helps me feel organized, and most of my clients know how to use Google Drive. It makes working with them super, super easy because it means that okay. Okay. So it means that the your clients, most of my clients are able to use Google Drive. And the reason they are able to use Google Drive is because it's easier to use. They don't have to many times my client complain about Notion, some of these apps that I use, because it is not easy for them to use it. They are not able to maneuver their way with it, and it's okay. Look for the one that your clients can use and then keep using it. I use Google Drive, I use Notion, I use Canva for design, and I use Metricool, I use Later. But now I use even the social media platform that they use. I like Instagram scheduling feature is great. I use that, and I also use Business Suite scheduling feature is also not bad. Let's move on. Now, the kit I use. Now, this kit is like everything I taught today becomes 10 times easier when you have templates. I already mentioned that. So instead of starting from the scratch, you plug in your client details and execute. It's one of the easiest things for you to do. That is why I created the Pro Social Media Manager Client and Content Kit. It has 18 editable templates that help you onboard clients, present strategy, report analytics, retain clients, so many other things. 18 editable template is a bundle, right? And it helps you to instead of repeating every process of for each client, it is already done for you. You have your onboarding form, you have everything that you need as a social media manager. So another thing is that let's move on. A lot of social media manager that this particular kit, oh my god, I cannot count how many reviews I've gotten from people that got this kit because they feel like it is actually too affordable because um it feels like being giving you a tool that makes you money. Exactly, like giving you a tool that makes you money, you know. And if you have been a social media for a long time, you will know the difference in having your work done for you than doing it from the scratch every time that you want to do it, right? If you want to implement everything we talked about today without overthinking it, without going through how do I do it, where do I even start, just either comment the word kit or click the link in the description of this video to get it. Is is it has 18 editable templates for $55 and 40,000 naira. It is not free. A lot of people have been asking me if it's free, like before now. It is not free. It is not free. It's going to make you money. It's going to make you um increase your rates with confidence, you know, but it will save you hours and help you retain clients for months. You don't need more clients. You need to keep the client that you already have. You have to understand that you do not need more clients. The ones that you have, how do you keep them? It's important to keep the client that you have, because having new clients is so difficult nowadays. But if you have a client, how do you make them stay? Right. So my advice to you is that act now, grab the client retention kit, the Pro Social Media Manager client and content kit. You can click the link in the description box to purchase it. Thank you for spending time with me today. So now you can go and manage like a CEO. You guys, thank you for joining. Make sure to like this video and remember to subscribe. And see you until next time, you guys. Have a lovely weekend ahead. Bye.